Hola, clase. ¿Cómo están? Excelente. Muy bien. Welcome back to Learning with Senor Cacao. All right, so today, Spanish 2, we are going to get into the verbs saber and conocer. But first, let's see how well you do on this little warm up here. This is just kind of a small collection of things that we've done before, and I want to see if you can get it exactly right. All right, go ahead. Saquen papel. Pause the video now. Make sure we're recording. Yes. Okay. All right. Number one, the short girls are pretty. Las chicas bajas son bonitas. So you have to remember, we're describing two people here, and they're girls. Las chicas bajas son bonitas. Okay, and notice we say girls first. The big dog is mean. El perro grande es antipático. My friend is angry. Mi amigo está enojado. This one is está instead of es because angry is how he's feeling. All right, here's how to ask somebody, are you calm? ¿Estás tranquilo? Okay, even if you ask somebody, ¿estás bien? Like that's like asking, are you okay? We run at the school. Nosotros, if you want to write it, corremos en la escuela. They live in Miami. Ellos viven en Miami. And there you go. Just a quick little kind of brush off for you. All right, so I'm going to jump straight to our notes today. All of this is posted on Google Classroom, your notes, your practice worksheet. All right, saber versus conocer. Now, this is an issue to start with. The reason, not an issue, the reason it's its own lesson is because they could both be interpreted as to know in English. For example, I know that Atlanta is big versus I know Atlanta very well. I know my way around. I know that Kevin Hart is small. I know Kevin Hart personally. Okay, in English, all we have is no, no, no. But in Spanish, you have saber and conocer. And they're pretty, I think, fairly simple to separate. Let's see how we do. All right, first of all, these are your conjugations. So the verb saber goes se, sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, saben. Conocer, conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, conocen. So they have the same pattern as every other verb in Spanish. Mos, es. Saben, conocen, sabéis, conocéis. Plus, they're both ER verbs, which is we have going for us. You'll notice they both have an irregular yo conjugation. So you never say yo sabo for I know. Some Spanish children will do that by mistake, but that's just because they don't know any better yet. So instead of sabo, it is yo sé. Conocer is not conozco, it is conozco. You have to add a z so that it still goes s like in conocer. It's all about keeping the right sound. So a quick way to say I don't know in Spanish, no sé. ¿Dónde está tu amigo? No sé. ¿Cuál es la capital de Venezuela? No sé. Okay? So, let's see if this separates it for you. All right, so for saber, I have a picture of a book. It says to know, and we're talking about facts, information, or how to do things. Let's let that sink in for a moment. This is something that, yes, you could find in a book. You could find statistics about a state. You could find a recipe. You could find steps on how to do something. Okay? So, saber, to know, facts, such as Atlanta is big, information, Senor Coward is nice, and how to do things. I know how to tie my shoes. All right, and I'm not just showing off. I really do, you guys. So that's the book, Saber. Conocer also kind of means to know, but this is knowing people or places personally. So if you look at the pictures down here, and also I've noted this is very important. Conocer, rather than to know, is much more like to be personally familiar with. You, you, John, you, Sarah, you have a personal connection to these people. Oh, I know these guys. I know them. Me. Or a place like Atlanta. Oh, yeah, I know my way around Atlanta. There's Peachtree Street. There's the Coca Cola Museum. I know Atlanta very well. I do. Okay, these are not things you could find in a book. Okay, saying I know John is not something that you would put down as a fact. You're just expressing you have a personal connection with this person or with this place. Okay, so there you go. Saber and conocer divided. It could also be conocer could also be like I'm very familiar with his music. I'm really familiar with her movies. Even then, you're expressing a personal connection. It's got nothing to do with facts. It's just saying, oh, yeah, I could tell you any of his songs. I know all of his music personally. I am, here's the key word, familiar with it. Okay, so usually saber is used with que, meaning that. Okay, for example, you'll see this a lot. Yo sé que tú hablas español. I know that you speak Spanish. I know that you speak Spanish. Notice there's no accent mark. Just means that. I know that you speak Spanish. Or you can also use this with a verb when you know how to do something. Knowing how to do something is considered information. So we have ella sabe nadar. She knows how to swim. You could, if you want, you could also say ella sabe cómo nadar. Get this out of the way. What is this? Okay. Ella sabe nadar. Ella sabe cómo nadar. If you really want to drive home how to swim. Okay. Now I do have an illustration here to show you. This picture here shows the process for tying shoes. All right, this is going to be great for the video. Let's try again. You can do it. There we are. Okay, so step 1, separate the laces. Step 2, go left over right, etc. Okay, this is something that you would find in a book. This is knowing how to tie your shoes. It's information that you know. Okay, step-by-step process. Tying your shoes, playing the guitar, knowing how to read. Those are all saber. Okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so this says write something that you know and something that you know how to do. All right, so just to go ahead and answer this for you, something that I know. Yo sé que Evans es una buena escuela. Yo sé que Señor Cowart es alto. Yo sé que las hamburguesas son deliciosas. Something you know how to do. Yo sé nadar. Yo sé jugar videojuegos. Yo sé cómo leer. Now, conocer is followed by a when you are saying who you know. Okay? This is what we call the personal a. It gives people a little edge over things. So, for example, conozco Chicago. I know Chicago. I know my way around. I am familiar with it. Conozco Chicago. Conozco a Maria. I know Maria. This is a person, so we get a little special treatment here. Okay, so word for word, watch this. I know Maria. It just has to be there. This is what we call disappearing in translation. In Spanish, you need to put it. In English, it doesn't exist. It's impossible to translate. Okay, someone who you know personally and a place you know your way around. So, for example, Yo conozco a mi mamá. Yo conozco Augusta. Okay, so here is a really good thing like you will run into on a test. So, saber or conocer. All right, so go ahead, pause here and see if you can figure out, is it saber, facts, information, how to, or is it conocer, people, places, personal connection? All right, so pause here and see how you do. All right, number one, yo conozco a Kevin Hart. Él es mi amigo. I know Kevin Hart. He is my friend. Yo sé que Shaq es muy alto. I know that Shaq is very tall. These are two very different things. The first one is saying, I know Kevin Hart. I could call him right now. He's a friend of mine. Number two is a simple fact. I know that Shaq is very tall. Shaquille O'Neal. Everyone knows that. It's a fact. You could look it up and it will tell you his height. This one, ella conoce Atlanta muy bien. Come en Hard Rock mucho. She knows Atlanta very well. She is familiar with it personally. She eats at Hard Rock all the time. A lot. And this one, ella sabe que California es muy grande. She knows that California is very big. So imagine this is someone who lives in Atlanta and has never been to California. She knows her way around Atlanta, and at the same time, she knows that California is big. It's a little fact you could find in a book. Look at the picture, it's almost the entire West Coast. Okay, so the last thing I'll show you is our sheet, and we will go over this tomorrow. So I've posted this sheet on Google Classroom. So it's a lot of sentences for you to do. Okay, so this is for you to practice with today. We have some translation, and then down here, I have created a crossword puzzle. And the reason these are so good to practice on your own, if you get it wrong, it won't fit. Okay, so everything on this sheet is going to be, is it saber? Is it conocer? And I think you'll find it's not too bad if you take your time. Every time, ask yourself, picture the book, Saber. Is this a piece of information? Okay. I know that Michael Jordan is tall. We know the capital of Peru is Lima. He knows how to ride a bike. Or is it conocer? I know Britney Spears personally. I know my way around New York City. Or I am very familiar with Beethoven's music. Okay. All right, so that's that. Everything is posted and ready to go. And I will see you later. Adios.